Hey guys, welcome back. So let's continue and add an image here for our mega menu. So in order to have that, let's deal with the edit on the admin section here for our menu, the edit section. So also here I forgot to make it in such a way that one of these is active. So this can be done using a little JavaScript. So hopefully I'll remember to do that later. Okay, here I want to leave a space between the search and this part. So I'm going to go to main menu, list in the views, and where there is this search bar, I will say margin bottom 2, something like that. Even 1 could have done just fine. Okay, so there we go. We have a little gap there. That's okay. Now, where there is a mega menu here, wait a minute. Mega is this one here. So this one I want to edit. So edit looks like this. So all we have to do is get the, let me close all the files here. Don't save that one. So I want to look at the add because most of this is going to be pretty much the same. So I will copy the content of the new record up to a point where there is, where is this? Up to here. So all of it, and go to edit, and right here I will replace this. So much of this will be exactly the same up to here. Paste. And so let me move content around like that. Okay, and this comes here. Okay, cool. So if I now refresh, this is what I see. But I need to see the old content here. So that's not easy, that's not difficult to do. All we have to do is make sure that we have in the old value here, we just do row, something like that. So I can copy this comma up to here, like that, and do the same thing with maybe slug. And do the same thing with icon here. Okay, let's move on. Permission, same thing, paste permission, and parent, for now that will do just fine. So Alt select parent. Yeah, actually this will work very well. So let me do parent like that. Okay, and what else is mega. So on both of these, okay, there's Alt select, so pretty much the same thing actually. Is mega, same thing here on both, disabled. Alright guys, so if I go back now and refresh, I should have the content. But there's an expected token on line 76, so syntax error, just a typing error. So 76 here, what did we do wrong? Okay, so I put 2 commas there. Simple and straightforward. Okay, there we go. So there's my mega here, the slag. It doesn't have a parent, so let's try something with a parent so that we see how that look. Edit. So parent, you see, it actually selects the right item here in the list. Okay, so back to editing the mega menu, which is this one here. I'll click edit. So in this one I want to add an image for the mega here. If I click, I should add an image, but let's make sure everything is ripe for that. So I'm going to go, we have this display image here and the submit form. So we created 2 of these. one for the mega and one for the normal image. So display mega underscore image. Okay, so everything is pretty much the same. We could have just created one function and then changed just this last part of where this is sent, right? That can work as well. So let file is equal to file. Okay, so that's fine. Actually, we can do that. That can work. Dot parent node dot what? Actually, it would work just fine. We don't need a second function here. The way we created this function already makes it flexible, because it deals with just the parent node and then back here. So we don't actually need to change to a different function. So we can just have display image right there. It should work just fine. So let me click on this to try and see. In my images, I have maybe products would probably fit better on this mega menu. So let's see if there is a product instead. Maybe this piece of headphone here. Yeah, so it shows up on the right spot. And if I want an image on this side as well, let's see, I want something that would, maybe a t-shirt or something. Okay, so there it is. We have those two guys there. And yeah, this should do. So now at this point, I want, what do I need to do here? Form. Okay, now I want to deal with the submit. When I click submit here, what should happen? So inside main menu, there's the edit controller. So this is where we want to be. Okay, so files okay. So post data image is equal to if not empty file data, if not empty upload errors, files okay. Okay, so duplicate this and I'll do mega underscore image for the other one. Okay, this is edit menu page. That's the permission there, and we don't need password. This is irrelevant. If not empty, post data image. If empty, unset. Okay, so we do the same thing for the mega. Let's do this. That way we don't replace images that we don't need to replace. We don't have the date updated. And okay, then we save, right? But then if not empty file exists, so here we are deleting the old mega file. So we just do mega to repeat the same thing, and this should be mega as well as this part here. Okay, cool. Now, saving rows here is a non-starter here because this is not what we are doing here. So we just need to delete that. All right. Alrighty then. Now, files okay. On editing. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, so if there are no errors, this is fine. This is okay. I think this does the job quite fine. So let's try this out. All right, so I'm gonna say save. Okay, so we have a problem. User variable on line 19 is not known. Okay, so that makes sense. Where is that 19? Instead of user, it should be menu, because that's the class we instantiated. It's called menu, so that's great. So let's refresh one more time and resend. Okay, so there is our record here. Now if we go to the page itself, you will see that it actually did upload some images over here, which is nice. If we go to uploads, and you can see some images here. Now if you don't want your let's just say something I've just remembered now. If you don't want your plugin to upload in the main uploads folder, you can have it actually upload here in your you can create a folder here in your plugin. You already know that to get to this folder, you just do plugin ID, or you can do plugin path, right? Instead of the HTTP path, you say plugin path, and then you can put an uploads folder there. The way we created our image, the request thingy here, uploader, where is this uploader here? The way we created this is when you are doing your thing, you can change the upload folder here, right there. This one goes to uploads, right? But you can change it to something else by just coming here. Let's see, for example, edit controller, right? You can change it right here in the request before you do the upload, right? So before we do upload files right there, you can do something like request upload folder, and then you change it to something like plugin path instead, something like so, plugin path, and then plugin path, and then you concatenate uploads, or you can do this like so. So you can say plugin path uploads like that, and that will change this to an uploads folder inside your plugin. So let me see if that actually works, so that we can fix that problem if it doesn't, right? So let me go back a little bit. I'll just get one item here, maybe the grandchild, this one here, and go to edit, and I just want to give it an image. It's not a mega thingy, so I just want to give it an image here, maybe this shoe over here, and let's click upload and save. Okay, so record added successfully. Now if we go to our if we go to our file here, and let's go to the very what did it do? There's a sneaker here and it saved it on both sides, which is weird. But the point is, you see here, it actually did save to the right file. It's plugins/main menu/uploads/ the actual file. So you can actually do that. That way the plugin is self-contained. When you switch it off, even, or when you delete it, even its content is gone as well. You don't even disturb your framework. That way, if you delete a plugin, the framework remains intact and you can start a new project without even having to worry about deleting the uploads folder and stuff. So if I go to here, you see this is the main menu. Let's go open folder here. You see that now there's an uploads folder and that file is here. So that's how you can send things to your plugin folder instead. Alright, so maybe I'll leave it there so that all the content go there. I think that's a better option. The only issue is that to two of those things where wait a minute. Yeah, the only problem is two of those were both replaced at the same time, so I don't know why it added to both. Let's see, post mega image. Why did this receive something if not empty? Is equal to this is not cool at all. Okay, we'll spend time to fix that. Need to check what could be fixed, but here we really need to see the images themselves. So here we can see the images, which is awesome. Even there we can, but not on the mega. So we should see that. So let's start with the list here. So I'm going to go to views inside my main menu, plugin and list. So I want to make sure the mega image is there. It should actually show. Let's see. Mega image, right? There is this right there. 4925, really? What's happening here? Yeah, it's saving the same exact file on both. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so let's try and fix the problems we are having here. Let's go to the view first of all. On the view here, I want to put row image, and on this one it should be row mega image. Okay. So let's edit our mega, or just view it. So this one works fine. This one doesn't, because it seems this saves the wrong file or something. I don't know what's going on here, but that's what's happening. Now if I click edit, I should have the same privileges here. So I'm gonna copy this. Let's go to edit. And I'll put this here and put that there. Alright, so that should do right there. Okay, cool. Now the question is, why didn't it work as intended? Let's see, if empty unset, if empty unset, okay. Now, okay, this is for the other files. Okay, so everything looks fine. The only issue is here, I think. This part here. Why does it? Okay, what I'm gonna try and do is this. Let's just do a show of what's inside the files array. I just want to see what's going on. Okay, file data, files. Okay, so let's see what's going on. In fact, maybe let me get file data. Let me put it here like so. Okay, so file data, and then let's put post data here and see what is in there as well. So I'm gonna remove this like that. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is add both images here. So I will add this one, and here I will add this one. Okay, so let's see what's happening if I hit save. So this is what we get. So first of all, there is a temp file here, and this is the the first file here and second file, so mega image. So everything is being uploaded accordingly. And then here we have 126 for image, and for mega we have unfortunately 126 but with a different file name here to make it unique. So this is where the problem originates. The second one is trying to copy this one but with extra steps. So let's try and fix our issues here. And it's the same file name, maybe short sleeve, t-shirt, what. Okay, so not cool. So let's go to our upload files here and see what could be causing this problem. So this one is inside the request. So let's go to the request. So as you can see, we're still editing the core of this framework, but it's okay because every time you edit it, you make it better. And over time, the more projects you do, the better it's going to become. So let's see here. Upload file types, max size. Okay, so that's all good. But what about upload files here? Why exactly does it? Right, I see. Okay, I think I see what the problem is. The problem is in my coding here. That's where the problem is. You see, the way I did it is I told it to break if there's only get one, but the problem is it just grabs the first one. So I think this is where the issue comes from. So what I'm supposed to do is to monitor this key over here. So I'll copy that. I think this will solve the problem. So over here when I'm looping, and if get one is true, meaning I just need to get the right one, then I need to ignore all the others that are not the current key. Alright? So I'm going to say if get one is true, okay, and I key, which is this key over here, is not equal to the key that we got from the user, which is from here, and in our case this is this. So I want to make sure that the key is identical to this one. Let me go back to the page here. You see, this is the key we're looking for. We want just that one item with that right key. So come back here and where am I editing? Okay, there we go. So if those are this is not equal, then we're going to say continue, meaning continue to loop. Okay, this should solve the problem. So what I'm trying to see is whether these files will be separate and they will match these two. So let's resend this data one more time. So we resent the data. Here we have 130, 126, and that's exactly what we have here. Cool. So that bug is sorted. So I'm going to remove that and come back here. And so we don't need this part anymore. We should be okay at this point. So if I refresh and resend, there we go. So finally things are working as they should. If I go to edit, this is what I see. And go back. There we go. So let me edit this mega menu again. I want this mega item here to be an actual product. So I'll put this headphone there and hit save. Okay, so there we go. Now here you may want to square the images and stuff if that's okay with you. Let's say here we're on the view record. Maybe this is fine. You can put a thumbnail version instead. Let's see what's going on here. There we go. Alright, cool. So now if we go to our mega, refresh, we should see the image, but we don't. Okay, so what exactly is happening? So let's go back to our menu viewer. This is the inside views front end, main menu, views, front end, menu. All right, so we come down here. Now, I don't know if I actually need this Google import. Poppins is the font being used here. So you can just import, you do a CSS import instead of having it load from the URL. That can be annoying sometimes. Okay, so let's come here. And I want to see the part where we import an image. Where is that? So show mega is here. This is the part right there. Okay, so raw mega image. Huh. Okay. Now, get thumbnail doesn't seem to work at all here. So let's try and just echo it out. Oh, I see. I see why it doesn't work. We need a get image as well, because that's the one that adds the, what's this, the root path. So let's do get image with the result of the get thumbnail. We do this like so. All right, so I'm gonna refresh and mega. Still doesn't work. Okay, so let's see the path, what's going on here. Let's do view the page source. And this is called my mega. Let's try and find it here. My mega is right over here. And this is a mega box, which is down here. Mega child. But before that, there should be an image somewhere inside this row, the first row here. Okay, which is this one. So at this point it's empty, so that's why we're not seeing anything. So what I want to do instead is let me echo out what's in there. That way I just want to see what's written. So if we come back and refresh, okay, apparently not good. Let's refresh and look at it from the source. So there it is. So it says undefined variable row. So that's the issue we're having here. Attempt to read property. So it's an issue with names here. So we are not using row over here, even though I'm using row here. We are using link instead. So I got lost here a little bit. So there we go. That should solve the problem. All right, so refresh and my mega. Okay, so clearly something went wrong again because it didn't load anything after this. Not even the footer is here. So which means there's an error, a fatal error that stopped the script. So let's check it out. Code to undefined function get thumbnail. Okay, so that's right. Get thumbnail is not really a function. This is a function from the image class. So we need to declare that one. So we can do that in the plugin.php here so that we avoid doing that in the view file. We want to do it in the plugin here, which loads the view file. That way, when the time comes to edit and change things on the view file, we do as little work as possible. So here I'm going to say menu is equal to new, and this one is main menu dash menu class. So once we have that class, we can get it to, let's go menu.php. That's the one that contains the method for doing this. Okay. Now, also keep in mind, some of these things that are not inside loops, you can do them, for as long as something is not inside a loop, you can do it in the plugin file, so that here you just echo the information. Or if even if it's in a loop, you can do two loops. You loop in the controller, and then in the view you just have actual values that are computed. Okay, so we still have some kind of problem. Let's go view page source. Let's see. Code to undefined method main menu get thumbnail. Oh, sorry, this is my bad. I don't know why I'm this is not supposed to be this, right? It's supposed to be image is equal to core. So this one is in the core namespace and then image like that. Okay, cool. So back to the menu, then instead of menu it's going to be image like that. Okay, should work this time. Yeah, apparently it does. And there it is, as you can see there. Mega. That doesn't look very as big as this one, right? This one looks more like a square image. So what's going on? So this box was lying to me, no? It is lying to me. Yeah, look at that. 246 by 225. Weird, huh? $225. Now, if I do this and refresh, it won't change because the file already exists. So it would be nice to have something here to force a recreation. So if I go to the get thumbnail, this is inside the model image there. Now, since this is the first time we're using this, I could change this actually. I don't think we're using it anywhere else, are we? Not yet. So I could change it to maintain this format that we normally do with our functions so that there's no ambiguity here. Okay, so there is the resolution, but at the end we could put a replace and say is equal to false over here. Now instead of replace, maybe override or overwrite could be the right thing, but there it is, replace. Now here, if the final file exists, you just return the existing file, but we say if file exists and override and replace is true, then we are going to replace. Wait, and not replace. So if it doesn't want you to replace, just return that. Yeah, otherwise we'll skip this part. So the way to have that done used is you can, just for when you are creating and you don't want to keep going back and forth while you create, once you create a thumbnail, like in this case, I've changed my resolution, but the old resolution is still there here. So what I can do is put a comma true over there like so, just temporal, so that once I refresh, it is forced to do that. But it seems there is an error again, so let's go down here and see. Code to undefined method get thumbnail. Okay, so that makes sense because we changed it. So here I'll do underscore thumb like that, so that it's get thumbnail like this, to follow the ongoing format we've been using. So there we go. Now there's okay, so that's not the best resolution at all, but I think it does look like the original, kinda. Okay, so maybe because the source isn't very squarish, right? This is why we are having these problems. So what we can do is let's add a more squarish image here. Let me edit. You can tweak that to get what you want, but since we are pretty much cropping to a square, let me do 50 here. We're gonna say 240 by 240 like that, just so that it's a square image. I don't know if the square image thingy works well on my current on the current code we have here, but if it doesn't, we'll add a 1 somewhere. But let's give it a test. Okay, so I'm going to, I don't know what product here to add. choosing a name or an image shouldn't be this hard. Wait. Food usually looks good, right? So let's try this one here with chicken. Maybe these. This is not very squarish either. Okay, anyway, let me save that. Let's refresh. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's actually looking great. So that's our mega menu here. So as you can see, things are working almost as intended. It's just that this one has more of the content, right? Then it would be nice to have capitalized text there, so you can force capitalization on these things. Let me go to menu here. Here inside, before the escape, we can say UC first, just so it capitalizes the first letter. And so I'm gonna grab this. We can do this in the end or before. Regardless, it will still work. Let me make sure that all of these that have title have this as well. And same thing here, like that. Okay, so that should work. How about here? So let's refresh. Now that didn't change at all, so meaning something is weird. Okay, this one here, bam. Oops. Okay, what I just need to do is search for every instance of this part. Title. Yeah, so this one doesn't have. Let's do that. All page titles and links, better capitalized. Same thing here. Boom. You see first. And boom. Boom. Okay. Let's refresh. Yeah, looks much better. Same thing here, same thing there. Alright guys, so our mega menu is doing the most. Let's try this in responsive view, shall we? And let's open our mega menu, and as you can see, it's doing its intended purpose. Now we can remove that mega menu at the end there. So back to the menu view. So this sample here can go up to here. Boom. And refresh. Now every time I refresh the page, it's creating a thumbnail. So because of this true here, so I have to remove that now that I found the right one, the right size. That way it doesn't have to remake it. It can keep that one there. Okay, so now yeah, this could present a little problem, because every time we edit the thing there, oh, okay, so that's gonna be a new file, so I think that's okay. That works just fine. Now also when deleting, it's good to try and find thumbnails and delete those as well, just for good cleanup, because sometimes when we delete things, let's go here to the delete controller. This is in the main menu. So let's change that. Record deleted successfully. So here we have this raw image, right? But also we need to find the thumbnails. In future we will create a function that just tries to find all versions of the thumbnail and deletes them, because I think we'll change the image get thumbnail function to make it more robust, so it can check the file resolution as well to know whether to create a new thumbnail version. But these can get out of control very quickly. So there's that image, and there's also mega image to delete once you delete an item, and also the thumbnail versions of these two would be good to delete. So I'm going to duplicate like that. And here we would do if file exists, and then inside here we will put image like that, and then say get thumbnail. Okay. Something like this. 1, 2. Why am I? Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cool. So if file exists, so whether the thumbnail was there or not, it will be created and then deleted immediately. So that's what we have to do in order to ensure that we actually delete the thumbnails. So same thing here. If file exists, where is this again? Okay, I'm getting lost here. Same thing here. So we'll test all this. And now we need the image thingy here from the core. So I'm gonna go here and say image is equal to new core image. Okay, that does it. The same should be done for when editing. So if I go to the edit here, there are times when we unlink files, like here. Okay. Wait, what's happening? Okay, so I made a mistake here. This one should not be mega. It should be this one. Why did I change all of this? So image, mega, mega, mega. Okay, that makes sense. And for the thumbnails to be deleted, I'll do this as well and duplicate this. So the more you can think into the future, the better your code will be, because you have code for every eventuality. We don't need to check if the file exists all the time. That way we can just put this inside other if statements. So here I can do this instead and move over like so. Move this over like this. That way if this exists, then we can check if file exists thumbnail as well. So let me copy this. Get thumbnail like that. So there's 1, 2, 3 here. I'll choose 1, 2, 3 here, and then unlink this file right here. Boom. Okay. So I'm gonna copy this, paste it here. Only change the image to mega image. Like that. Okay. Very cool. So let's see if this will work at all. I want to find this file. This file is here. This is the thumbnail. Okay. So let's go ahead and change this. Let's change this to another item. Maybe chicken. Oh, look at that. What is happening? If I click here and put this one, it doesn't work. Why it no work? Right. Okay. So there should be an error in the. So this is just JavaScript. We go to the console. It says display mega image. Oh, so that's my bad. If we go to the edit.php, I changed this to. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Why is it complaining about this? This is the view. Ah, right. This is the view. You see, the view shouldn't have this content. Let's go to the view here. The view shouldn't have any of these inputs at all. So let me remove this input and that input there. Add, oh. Okay, so refresh. If I click here, nothing should happen. I should go to the edit instead and click here. And then let's put that chicken. Okay, and hit save. So we have an issue here, and undefined variable mega image on line 50. Right. What did I do here? Why did I do? Oh, I edited this one as well. Wow, this shouldn't have been a thing at all. Okay, my bad. Went too crazy on this. Mega image. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't redo this and expect things to work. Oh, maybe they do. Nah, they didn't work. So probably the file. Let me go to the uploads folder here, or main menu, open folder. So there's uploads there, and the old thumbnail is there, but the original isn't. So which means things did work well. They did. Now let's see if this thumbnail will be deleted. Let's try that. So I'm gonna go here. Let me refresh. And now we have a new image, which I can check out over here. But let's replace it one more time by going to edit, click on that, and let's put these kebabs. Is it kebab? Okay, then let's hit save. So that's saved. There is the image. What about this guy? If I refresh, he's still there. That's not cool. Let's come back here. Let's refresh. Okay, so things are changing here, but the thumbnails are not being deleted. That's not good. So if not empty, post data, and file exists, mega image. So this part works just fine, because if I go to the folder, I don't find the original. I do find the thumbnail though. This is the thumbnail because it has thumbnail at the end. So what should I have done? You know, I don't even need to check if the file exists. All I need to do is unlink this one like so. Because I already know the file exists. So, and when I do this, it actually creates a thumbnail, whether I like it or not. So once we create that thumbnail, let's delete it. Get thumbnail, mega image. No, not what's in the post data, right? So this is my mistake. I'm supposed to unlink what's in here, in the row. Same thing here, in the row. But image. I don't need to check if this exists because it will be created anyway. Okay, let's try this one more time, right? So what we have now is the kebab. Let's try and edit. Click there. And maybe this one. Okay. And let's hit save. Okay. So now if I refresh, I have that. Let's look for the kebabs. So they don't exist anymore. Oh, there we go. We have the thumbnail still intact. Oh boy. Okay, let me remove this thumbnail. Maybe that's the old thumbnail. I don't know. I want to make sure I'm not missing something. What does this return? Image get thumbnail, raw image. Okay, raw mega image, unlink that. Wait a minute. If I go to the image class, get thumbnail. Okay, that returns destination, crop, thumbnail. Now this is solid here. Okay, what I want to do is maybe I should echo some stuff here. So the real image is fine. It's the, oh no, actually it's the mega image with a problem. None of this is working. Huh. Okay, so I'm gonna do a die over here, just so I am sure what's going on. And in here I will echo something to know if the file exists. And then let's grab the thumbnail from there. Okay, I'm gonna do this instead. Let's say thumb is equal to, so that we can grab that file. And then let's do a dd thumb like that, so we can see what file it's trying to deal with here. And then finally we unlink it. Okay. Great. Now let's go to edit, clickety-click. Let me just add some other random image, hit save. Okay, so there we go. So it exists, and this is the file it's actually trying to find. Right. So that's not really a thumbnail now, is it? No such directory. Yeah, it can't find. Warning, unlink. Okay. So what exactly is going on here? What does this return? It returns the file itself, the file name. Ah, right. Okay. Oh, this is why code, sometimes you may have a very simple issue, but it may look like it's so huge. Okay, so let me undo this. I know exactly what the problem is here now. Let me explain a little bit. Let me do this. So what's happening is that we unlink the original file, right? And then we're trying to get a thumbnail from the unlinked file. So this is deleted, but then we're trying to get a thumbnail, so that doesn't work. So instead, we do this. So we start by deleting the thumbnail, then we delete the actual image. So let's swap these guys, and the problem should be solved here. Wait a minute. Okay. Very cool. Well, let's try now. Okay, so we have this now. Let's just make sure that's what's there. Let me delete the old thumbnails. All of these thumbnail versions. What is this? Okay. Alright, so there's this guy here without a thumbnail yet. So let's refresh to make sure the thumbnail is recreated here. And there it is. Fair enough. It's been created. And there's the file. But now let's change it. So let me go to edit, click on that, and let's add something here like this one. And let's hit save. Okay, so this time it should work. Fingers really crossed. And as you can see, everything is gone, including the thumbnail. So just something to remember to clean up even your thumbnails as you delete images. Okay, so this is cool. Now we need to finish up our menu. There's a drop down here. There's a menu here. We need to display images on this as well, just like we display here. So once we do that, then we can also put a logo there. So once we have the logo and we have these images showing up here, even the user, probably the user image here, then we can call it quits on the drop down menu here. Alright guys, so I'll see you in the next video.